they form a forest which is called the Virunga Massif. And Virunga Massif, it is a forest which normally touch 3 different countries from 3 different national parks, which means we have the Rwandan side, and this is called the Volcanoes National Park. This is where we're going. But behind, on the other side, we have a Congolese side, which is called Virunga National Park. And the other side back here, we have a Ugandan side, which is called Mugahinga National Park. So in this forest, Virunga Massif, we have different animals. So we have primates. So we have 2 types of primates, as you know, because we have these mountain gorillas. Another type of the animals we have here, primate, it is the golden monkey. But besides that, we have other animals as well, because this forest we have buffaloes. Don't worry, they're not that aggressive compared to those cave buffaloes, because these are forest buffaloes. They are very gentle. No, they're gentle as these monkeys, but not a very big problem. And then we have antelope. We have 2 types of antelopes. We have duikers and bushbacks. So we have few elephants. So we have other nocturnal animals, hyenas, and a porcupine. So those are other animals we must see in the forest. But definitely, we have some birds as well, as everywhere. Come on to the monkeys we're going to visit. At the monkeys we're going to visit called scientifically Cercopithecus mitis cans, because these monkeys were discovered by a travel German who was called Robert Kahn. But before he discovered them, the locals, they knew about the monkeys here. Definitely. And this is a family of the monkeys we're going to visit. But the same as the gorillas, I always try to compare monkeys from the gorillas, because those are 2 primates we have in this forest. So because before we start visiting the monkeys, there is a process of habituation. And this is a process which takes over 2 years. I mean, forgetting a family of the monkeys used to people. Is that the same case for the gorillas? Because before we start with the gorillas as well, there's a process of habituation as well. So the habitation of these monkeys started in 2002, which means at the end of 2004. So that's where this family of the monkeys was already used to people. So now we have 3 families of the monkeys that are used to people. So we have one family which is called the Kabatwa, and this is a family where we have over 150 monkeys just in the family. There is another family which is called the Kineje, where we have around 80, and we have a 31 called Kageri with 60 monkeys. So which means today I'm gonna see one of those 3 families, because we already have other 2 groups of tourists that went to see other 2 groups. So with the 3rd group, so we're gonna find out which one we're gonna see. Depends on where these monkeys are going to be found. So monkeys, the same as most of the primates, they live in a family, as we call it. And the family, it is composed by babies, teenagers, the mother of the babies, and a couple of males. And something which is different from the monkeys, they have their mating season. The gorillas don't. So mating season for the monkeys, it is in April. So during this time of the year, in April, we get more male monkeys that they came in and they join the family for the mating season. And those male monkeys, they spend in there for a while. They spend a couple of weeks in the family for the mating season, and after those, males, they leave. And again, a gestation period for the monkeys, it is 4 months, which means these baby monkeys born in the period of the year, which means as now we're in October, now we start having those newborn baby monkeys. if you are lucky today, there's no guarantee, but if you are lucky, we might see a newborn baby monkey. So monkeys, again, they spend most of the time into the bamboo. Because first of all, monkeys are vegetarians. And these monkeys, they have around 60 species of plants they eat. But is the bamboo the favorite food of these golden monkeys? But the best part of the bamboo they like, it is the bamboo shoot, the young bamboo. As we always get the bamboo shoot during the rain season. So this is the rain season here, which means now we're gonna have the bamboo shoot coming up, which means now we found the monkeys mostly into the bamboo vegetation because they've been looking at the bamboo shoot. So monkeys again, which is again different from the gorillas, they have the predators. Gorillas don't have predators besides the human, but monkeys do have a predator. So who can guess? Who can be the predator for the monkeys? Any guess? Eagle? You're right.
Snakes?
Eagles, because big monkeys, they spend most of the time on the top of the trees. So the big eagles, they can try to catch the babies when they're at the top of the trees. But still, on the ground, there is another type of predator. Can you guess that one? Hyena, no, they don't eat much.
Snakes? Maybe?
No, really, because we don't have even a problem with snakes here. It's too good. We don't.
I mean, I guess this is mine.
It has to be a cat for sure. It's dogs.
Ooh.
Dogs, not wild dogs, but the feral dogs. So those two, they can be the predator for the monkeys. Otherwise, so it doesn't mean that we are losing big number of the monkeys because of those two predators. So the monkeys, they know how to deal with. Like when they see those eagles flying above them around, they do communicate, they all go down on the ground. And when it is the case of those big eagles, still they communicate, they climb the trees. You know, dogs, they don't climb trees. So they know how to deal with, but accidentally, those two, they can be the predators for these monkeys. Another thing I should tell you is that the monkeys, they live, the lifespan for the monkeys, it is 20 years. That's the lifespan for the monkeys. So then before we leave, we'll tell you that these monkeys, the way we do the hike for the monkeys. I just want to take this short part to tell you the way the track of the monkeys, it is organized. Which means, now, are we gonna leave this place? Leaving this place means, are we going to drive from here? So our drive from here is going to take us about 20 minutes, just the drive. So the drive, we get to the starting point. From the starting point, that where we start walking. So we see you can find any walking sticks available, because I know there's another group that went ahead of us, but we try to see if it can be possible. Even at the same place, we usually meet a team of the porters. So in case any guest would try to hire a porter, either for carrying you backpacks or help in case you need help up the mountain. So we can organizing for hand those porters from there. And when somebody's hired, porters, so they're paid at the end of the day $10 US. So after we organize this from the car park, then you can have a walk from there, from the car park, all the way up to the forest. So the time you get to the forest, that's the place where we're going to stop. And from that place, we're going to talk or tell you about how we're going to behave in the forest, even on how we're going to behave once you get in the front of these monkeys we're going to visit. How are you going to do that when you get to the forest? so you won't forget it. Then after that, we're gonna have another walk in the forest, because right now we have a team of the trackers. Trackers are our colleagues that always go early in the forest to locate these monkeys for us. So the time the trackers found the monkeys are the one who let us know about which way are we taking to, even about how long we'll be walking, especially in the forest, before we get to see the monkeys. Which means we're going to let you know, especially about how long after we hear from those trackers. So then afterward, then we're going to have a walk from the forest all the way to where we meet the monkeys. And once you get to monkeys, we're going to tell you what to do next. We stay with the monkeys for a while. And again, when watching the monkeys, we're supposed to be wearing our mask all the time, which is supposed to be a surgical one. Do you have your mask with you?
No.
All of you don't?
No.
Okay. So we see it can get people. So then we're gonna go and spend. We usually stay with the monkeys for 1 hour. After watching the monkeys for 1 hour, then you're gonna leave them. Then you're gonna walk back to all the way to where we left the cars at the car park. Then from there, it is going to be the end of our trip today. So this is how usually tracks for both monkeys and the gorillas are organized from here. Otherwise, this is all about the monkeys we're going to visit. Otherwise, the rest, any general information about these monkeys, I think we're gonna have time to talk more about as we be hiking. But don't hesitate to ask any